welcome to the Motorsport Coaching Podcast, sponsored by Motivate Training and Management. This is the podcast where we talk to drivers and industry experts to help you maximize your performances on and off the track. Let's get started with today's show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 66 of the Motorsport Coaching Podcast. I am your host, Belinda Risley, and today I am joined by Vijay. Vijay is from India and has a very long surname, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce, but Vijay was happy for me just to introduce him as Vijay. And for those who don't know Vijay, he's an active member inside our Motorsport Fitness page as he is a biomechanic. He currently is on a research scholar doing kinesiology and biomechanics. He's a certified personal trainer for the National Academy of Sports Medicine, and he's the biomechanics method corrective exercise specialist. Wow, that is a tongue tie. The audio is not that great, unfortunately. The internet, this is at the start of the CV19, so hopefully you get the gist of what Vijay and I were discussing. And again, if you haven't already run over and join our Motorsport Fitness group on Facebook, just either go to our main page at Motivate Training, scroll down to our groups and head across to our Motorsport Fitness, where we specifically work around obviously motorsports for fitness training and nutrition as well as mindset. The link to that group will also be in today's show notes. So let's get started. So hello Vijay and welcome to the Motorsport Coaching Podcast.
Hi Belinda, thank you for having me here, and it's a good feeling.
Yeah, well, it's
talk to you guys.
First time we've had someone from India, so welcome.
Yeah.
Guys and girls, what do you do over there?
I'm actually a research scholar in the field of biomechanics and kinesiology. I also work, currently I'm focusing only on my research, but I used to work with athletes as a strength and conditioning coach, as a high performance coach for an array of athletes like table tennis, badminton, motorsport, and even cricket. Currently, I'm working on my research. I'm just getting into athletics, like long jump and running for the like sprinters. So I'm working on a thesis by studying their muscle morphology, muscle profile for long jumpers.
Wow! And are you an athlete yourself, or is it just something that you're interested in?
I used to be an athlete during my high school days, and after that I lost touch for some time. I used to, play the some recreational stuff, and I got into, bodybuilding, like the age craze thing.
Yeah.
I was just shuffling back and forth between different sports. Like I tried MMA for a small time, then I got injured a little. And then I came back and I got into, okay, maybe I should get into this field for strength and conditioning, so that I don't let others get injured like how I did, because of my stupidity and fragile ego.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. So you were just mentioning off air that motorsport's quite a new sport over in India. How long has it been going for?
Up to my knowledge, I think since 1987 or 89, I guess it has been going well. First, it was started as a between small group of people, like it was used to be recreational, and then over the years, since 2000, I think it gained big momentum, and once Naren Karthikeyan got into F1. The craze of motorsport picked up a little in India, and even they had a good international circuit in Delhi where F1 took place. And after that, the momentum got reduced for some time, and now it's been picked up again. So that's a good sign actually.
Yeah, and do you have, sorry?
Yeah. Tell me.
Do you have go-karting over there as well?
I'm sorry?
You have go-karting over there as well?
Yeah. There is go-karting. I have tried go-karting here myself. And the place, my hometown is Coimbatore. It's a small town in southern India, and this town is actually where the motorsport industry, butted in India. There are lots of races from here. Even Naren Karthikeyan is from my town.
Yep.
So the craze for motorsport is much bigger in my town than in the other parts of India.
Well, lucky
Yeah, we have a
place.
uh, we have our own circuit, uh, our own racing track here, Kari
Yep.
Motor Speedway. It's a small track, but people race around there. You can find many racers there. So
And so, Vijay, what does a biomechanist do or study?
yeah, as a biomechanist, we study the forces acting on a biological body. In this case, a human body. So there are two aspects of biomechanics, like internal biomechanics and external biomechanics. You take, for example, a race car driver. The internal biomechanics is his muscle forces, the joint forces that is happening inside his body, and how the force is distributed. And the external biomechanics is the study of the air hitting his body, the G force acting on him, like the external forces, and how it affects the body and how the body behaves to the force. So that's what we do as a biomechanist. We study the force and how the force impacts the performance,
Yep.
how can we help the athlete by optimizing the force which falls on him. So even the force he exerts from his body.
I so love all of this stuff. As you know, I'm an exercise physiologist, and
Yeah.
last week we were at the Australian Grand Prix. I was just going, oh, I want to get some best, and I was really looking at like the data from the mechanical point of view, and I was like, oh, I'd love to have a screen where I can see what the drivers are doing as far as sweat, heart rate, reaction movements, and stuff like that. And I was just, when I came home from the track on Friday night, I was online. I was trying to find some like data vests, but I couldn't find any. There's a lot of vests around there, like running kilometers. But as far as like data, exactly what you're saying about the G forces and braking and reaction time and stuff like that, we definitely need to make one. So keep me posted if you find anyone. As I said, I did.
Yeah.
Really
No.
fun.
Yes. Seriously. Actually, I was working with my university. We are working on a new center of excellence in biomechanics. I helped them design the lab. With the I designed the entire building, the 3D building, and we have been working on fixing the force plate, the eye trackers, and all those stuff. And if all goes well, even we'll be having our own EMG and IMU systems.
Yep.
And we are planning. I'm actually planning to use it to on a razor to get real time data on how well we can use it. That's the main thing, because of the distance travel from the source computer to the EMGs, how quality the data is obtained and all those stuff we have to study. I'm planning to do maybe by next year. You'll be I can provide you with some data, like how good is the thing we are getting, all the EMG and ECG data, because Razer obviously he loses around an average 3 to 6 kgs when the race is in international races. And I want to get into the factors like which contributes the most, so that we can plan the strength and conditioning sessions more accordingly. Right now I am doing by referring few books, and by my own common sense, and by getting the inputs from the drivers, like what do you feel, what do you guys feel, and how can I help you. So it's all trial and error method, but I want to go into a more professional and evidence based method for a long run. uh, that will be obtained if I do my own research. I can get more clarity in what is happening, and how my strength program affects the athlete in good or bad ways. I'm looking forward to that. Uh, I'll share the updates in my LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
I even posted around about the lab, I guess, but the lab is currently now, due to this pandemic, it's all on a hold for now. But
yeah, the whole world was stopped.
That's
So Vijay, you did state that you do some strength and conditioning with drivers. What kind of strength work should drivers be doing? And when you say drivers, what kind of drivers? Are they open wheel or tin top drivers that you?
we first mainly focus on the posterior chain for the racers because as a racer they're always exposed to spinal flexion, and their posterior chains are often very stiff when compared to other sport people and even normal population, especially their neck. You can see their neck popping up,
Yeah.
popping out front. Yeah. So even for starting level athletes, the beginner level athletes, we'll be focusing on the posterior chain workouts. We'll be focusing on the stability of the posterior chain and the neck muscles as a whole. We'll be giving them, uh, the all the banded workouts for their necks. That's the main thing we focus on because we have to start from the beginning so that they don't develop a very stiff back and neck,
Yes.
because it's a killer for them. They have to sit in the car for around 2 or 3 years in an average, or in a bike, and that shouldn't affect their performance. So yeah, posterior chain is the main thing we concentrate on for now. Entire posterior chain, as they'll be obviously having tight glutes because of the constant sitting, and that too in the high speed environment. And the next thing is the focusing. I focus on high speed physiology, like how the physiology changes in the speed, especially during vibration and all those stuff. So the endurance training and the VO2 max training is I focus on them too. But VO2 max training needs proper physiological assessment so that we can measure the improvement in a more qualitative way.
Great. And when you talk about posterior chain,
Yeah.
I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
For the normal layman person, can you explain what is the posterior chain?
Yeah.
What exercises does that include?
Okay. Yeah. The posterior chain refers to the back side, the rear side of the body, like the neck, the back, the glutes, the hamstrings, even the calf muscle for example. See all these muscles because as driver sits, he's actually in this position. Consider this will be the back of his body. This is the front side of his body, and his body is in a flexed position. So the posterior chain is always flexed. Flexed as in the posterior chain is actually extended. So it will be overextended, and his posture, if he keeps working on his race, if he keeps doing the race for a long time, his natural posture, his erect posture will be like this. Uh, the posture changes. So to counteract that, we have to work on the backside of his body, the rear side of his body, and get him back to his stable posture. So that's the main aspect for a strength and conditioning coach. And then this is the elementary stuff, and we have to build up on this, and then we have to get him stronger, and we have to make him or her, sorry, we have to make the athlete to sustain the awkward position, the riding position for a longer time without affecting his performance.
Cool. Yeah. So like with our programs here at Motivate, our online programs, we've got the ability to do an online postural analysis. So we just get them to take the photos, and then our system actually puts all the lines in. So from our perspective, we can analyze their posture without actually having to meet with them face to face. And then, with our VO2 testing, again, we kind of just do a slightly condensed version of that fitness wise, but we also have affiliate providers throughout Australia that can actually provide that VO2 testing, which is not fun.
Exactly.
Awesome. I forgot what I was going to say there. The training session. Yeah. So how many times a week should an athlete train full start? I was just having a conversation with our sports dietitian before, and still a lot of the motorsport competitors don't see themselves to be an athlete. So maybe for someone who does work constantly with other athletes, at what point do you go from being a hobbyist competitor to becoming an athlete?
Yeah. So when the person is serious himself, because they have to dedicate themselves. That's the first thing. A recreational athletes, there will be a difference from professional to recreational, because recreational people, they don't uh, treat the sessions, the strength session especially, seriously. They'll be, they won't be dedicated like the ones who have vision. You can easily find out like which person is serious, so that we can work on them, because if we give he'll uh,
Yeah.
follow the workout session. They will work out like what we tell them to, even the following the correct periodization and the rest time. So that person are the ones will be interested to work ourselves, because we can see the results like how we intended. So other people, recreation people, they either follow the schedule for 1 week, and the next week they'll be zip and zap. They'll become
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the other thing. Uh, but yeah, the my workout time, I prefer actually 3 days. 3 days as in skipping 1 day for a long run. So totally 4 days of workout, and the other 3 days I'll be asking them to do basic stretches.
Yep.
Yeah, so basic stretches will be there as a part of daily routine. The and that the 3 sessions, in that 3 sessions, one will be as completely strength training, uh, and the second session will be in mobility and stability training, especially for the specific to the race they are in. If
Yep.
they're if they're in car races, I'll be asking to I'll be more focused on their scapular stability and all those stuff. And for motorbikes, it will be a bit different, where shoulder stability is the main key factor there too. But it will be focused on bilateral and unilateral training and all those stuff.
Yeah.
And the third day will be high intensity interval training. So we'll be exposing them to HIIT training. We call it as hybrid training.
Hybrid. Yep.
Yeah, so that's one thing. And preferably Saturday or Sunday, I'll be asking them to go for a 5K run. If they can finish the 5K easier in a very, they don't sweat that much of 5K, I'll be increasing to either 7.5 or 10K.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it will be like they should feel like they're working less, but their performance should be increasing in a slower way. And once they feel that no, this is not enough, I want to do more, and then we'll be increasing the session. Yeah, because why we give 4 days rest period is because they have to focus on the race, because for them that is the main event. So we'll be asking them to work on their work on a real life scenario on the driving seat, and
Yep.
then they can improve their performance in that, because it's a sport specific training.
Yes.
We can't get a simulated car and ask them to create a virtual simulation for them. So we had for 3 days of training, and one is for a completely cardio workout, 5K. Sometimes, in a rare occasions, it's 10K. Yeah.
And do you have many motorbike tracks over there? You were just talking about motorbike riders. Or was that those?
Yeah. Yeah, there is one in my city, Coimbatore, and there is in Chennai. It's in the same state as in Tamil Nadu. In Chennai, there is a separate track, and then there is one track in Delhi, New Delhi, the both international circuit, and there is one in Bangalore.
Oh wow, there's a few tracks there.
Yeah.
So Vijay, you covered a lot about the training aspect. That's fantastic. Really appreciate all of those tips. What about mindset training? Do you guys come in biomechanics? And
Yeah. First aspect is the reaction time.
yep.
You can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We work on reaction time trainings, and then uh, am I audible?
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. So the reaction time training is one thing, and then we'll be focusing on the other parts of some the mental conditioning like visualization techniques, but and even for even we work on the depth and perception training, because at high speed the depth perception is actually a good thing, like where the other car is and how far. He should, the driver should have a mind, the mental mapping, like how far the other car is and all those stuff. We'll be discussing with by using the other race videos available. We'll be just asking make them to get used to the idea, because while on track he can't think like that, so we have to use the outer situation to make him to help him how he should think,
Yep.
so that it helps him in a long way. Yeah, and especially we work on the reaction time thing. Okay. So we work on the reaction time thing, because reaction time is a very essential part of the training, like the hand and eye coordination is the most important aspect in any sport, especially in motorsport, because of the high speed environment we are involved in. So the reaction time training is the most focused part for a racer.
Yes, very important. Sorry.
Yeah, and also the field of view, like how the athlete's field of view is, how much the how like what to say, how much degree of the viewing side is he's the athlete is more active.
Yes.
Some people will be active in this range, like 120-degree range. There will be some people beyond that 120-degree range, they won't much focus on that. So we'll be also studying the field of view.
So do you do a lot of vision training?
No, now we have been doing only a small level of training, because once the what is it, the level of the racing goes up, we can focus on that. Yeah. If we focus on now, there'll be come on, focus on the strength part and all those stuff. This comes later, because I have my own principle where the mental conditioning,
Yep.
strength and physical conditioning helps the it's I see both of them as a proportional thing, like one grows the other grows.
Yep.
Yeah, once when you reach your maximum physical potential, and then apart from that, you can raise your mental conditioning a bit above that. So that, yeah, only then we can focus more on focus 100% on mental conditioning, on mental peak, so that uh, we can work on the performance on that, because beyond a certain limit your physical strength will be stopped.
Plateau. Yeah.
Yeah, but your mental strength won't stop at some time, it can grow. So and when the physical strength is limited or stopped, and that time I can focus on your the mental aspect more, focused training for that, so that he doesn't think his body is actually fragile or something.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. So exciting.
Thank you.
It must be so fun to work in every day.
Yeah.
One great thing about having an online business and training, we can operate all the other bad things that I miss that hands-on working with the athlete. So hopefully once all this subsides, I can get back to doing some face-to-face training.
Yeah, sure. And even a collaboration with other people, the peers and other strength coaches, it will be more interesting too. We can always learn things from each other. We can pick up few things from each other. It will help grow each other in a positive way.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And of course. And so Vijay, you
Yeah.
gave some great tips on getting started with training today. So I really appreciate that. And do you have any other resources that you can refer people to if they're wanting to learn more about biomechanical training and how it can affect performance?
I think the Red Bull racing guys, they have proper information regarding the training. I find them good.
The Red Bull Racing, yep.
Yeah, they have a good, proper scheduling, proper schedule, strength coaching, and fitness regime.
Yep.
I find them good, but apart from that, I also have, came across this book. I'm not sure if it's available all the time. The Science of Motorsport. I'm sorry, I forgot the author's name.
Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, yeah. That book is a pretty good start. For the scientific staff and other people too, to get into the science behind the motorsport. Yeah, that's about it. That's the thing. There are some good information and some not so good information. But the Red Bull Racing has something. They have a decent standard in terms of that. And of course, the other thing I look up to is your motivate.
Well,
Yeah, no,
just
yeah.
say you have that motorsport fitness page, the motorsport.
Yeah, exactly. Because the Red Bull Racing.
Yeah, you're quite a group in general. If you've got any extra research that you've learned or any.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm working on it. I don't want to just share other people's work alone. I want to publish my own writings too. So
Yeah.
I'm just working on it. But I'm just I have unfortunately I have too much on my plate right now. I have kept my four limbs on four different directions. So at least one point I wanted to contribute a lot in your page too.
Yes.
So yeah, hopefully we can make it happen soon.
Yep. As soon as you get that content done, the pages that are ready for you, Vijay, to drop all of that information that you're learning. Can't wait to see what you come up with. We really appreciate your time today, Vijay. As said, it was great to hear how to get started doing a fitness training program as a motorsport competitor. And we look forward to seeing your reports when it comes out.
Sure. It'll be my pleasure.
Fantastic. All of Vijay's contact links will be in today's show notes. And I'll also add the link for the Red Bull Racing if you want to follow that, if you wanted to join the Motorsport Fitness group, and also the link for the Science of Motorsport book. I'm pretty sure you can grab it on Amazon. Anyway, thanks Vijay for your time. We'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thanks everyone for listening to this week's show. I really hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. Now, remember, all the show notes with the links and the specials mentioned in today's show are available over at motivatetraining.com.au. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could head to iTunes or Stitcher, type in Motorsport Coaching, subscribe, and leave us a review. Each week, I'll read them out and you'll go into monthly draw to win a fantastic prize. If you have any questions or comments, please email us at motivatetraining.com.au or head over to our Facebook page at Motivate Until next time, take care.